Mrs. Denham, how are you?
Mr. Gosling, good thanks. Now have you stuck to all of your Easter goals?
Absolutely, 100%.
So no chocolate?
Yep.
Exercise every day?
Without fail.
No TV? Not even Homes Under the Hammer?
Salut! Sunt eu, un haiduc.
Nope.
That's amazing. Now, did you do the baking I sent you for 16 of my legendary Easter cupcakes?
I did.
Did you manage to scale down the recipe to make 12 and get the ingredients spot on? You don't get the ingredients spot on, they won't taste right.
They were absolutely delicious.
Fantastic. I knew you'd love them.
Yep, they're the best. Anyway, I've got to run. Good to speak to you.
Really nice to speak to you too. Bye then.
Hi everyone, hope you had a good Easter and got outside and enjoyed the weather a little bit. Mine was good. As you can see from my video, I tried to do a little bit of baking that Mrs. Denham sent me, but I think I went a little bit wrong on working out the ratio. So today's maths is going to be based around using ratio to make sure ingredients are right for the recipe, and you're going to see if you can spot the mistakes that I made when I made Mrs. Denham's cupcakes. So we are going to start our 40-minute maths with a bit of can you go quicker than Mr. Gosling. So you know the drill. You guys shout at the screen, I shout at the camera. Whoever's first wins a point. So off we go. Remember, you've got to be quick. 6 times 8 is 48. 2 times 7 is 14. 42 divided by 2 is 21. 88 plus 7 is 95. 72 divided by 9 is 8. 78 plus 12 is 90. 75 divided by 15 is 5. 8 times 4, 32. 2 squared. 2 times 2 is 4. 200 times 5 is 1,000. 2 cubed is 8. 51 times 3 is 153. So in my head I did 50 times 3 and then did 1 times 3 and then I added them together. 12 squared is 144. Square root of 81 is 9. The product of 2 and 9 is 18. Remember, product means to multiply. How many lines of symmetry is 1 in an isosceles triangle? How many lines of symmetry? 0. No lines of symmetry in a parallelogram. 19 divided by 2 is 9.5. 75 divided by 2 is 37.5. Okay, so your learning intention for today is, can I use ratio to work out the correct ingredients for for Mrs. Denham's Easter cupcakes. And of course, there is the best in the business bonus question to finish off. Okay, so before we crack on with Mrs. Denham's Easter cupcakes, we're going to have a look at a gingerbread man recipe, so we get the hang of how to find the ratio and how to find the correct amount of ingredients. So press pause if you want to crack this on your own. It's starting off nice and straightforward. If not, I'm going to go through it now. So to make 10 servings, you need the ingredients above, but I want to know how to make 20 servings. So hopefully you've worked out that 20 is twice as many as 10, so you need to double all your ingredients. So you should have hopefully worked out that these are the following ingredients that you need. Okay, so we now need to work out how to make 15 servings of the gingerbread men. Now, you've probably noticed that 10 doesn't just multiply up to go into 15. So what you have to do is to break it down to a number and find out the amount of ingredients you need for a number that does then go into 15. Now, there are different ways to do ratio. So I'm just going to show you the way that I want to do it today, because I think that you can apply it to any ratio problem. But there are different methods. So I'm going to work out how much ingredients I need for 5 servings, because I know I can then multiply that up because 5 goes into 15. So to work out 5 servings, hopefully you've worked out that you need to half each of these amounts. So let's have a look at flour. So I would, for 5 servings, it would be 175 grams, because 350 divided by 2 or 350 halved is 175. So I know that 5 times 3 makes 15, so I've then got to multiply this 175 by 3. To make 525 grams. Okay, so you may want to crack on now and see if you can work out how much butter you need for 35 grams. Sorry, for 35 servings. So press pause if you want to crack this on your own. If not, I'm going to go for it. Right, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to work out how much butter I would need for 5 servings by halving the amount of butter. So you should work out for 5 servings you'd need 60 grams of butter. And I know that 5 times 7 makes 35, so we need 7 times as much butter. So 60 grams times 7 is 420 grams. Okay, so we're now going to work out how much brown sugar we would need if we were going to make 8 servings. So there's a couple of different ways you could do this. You could work out how much brown sugar you need for 1 serving and times it by 8, or you could work out how much brown sugar you need for 2 servings and then times that by 4. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to work out how much I'd need for 2 servings. So I know that 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I need to divide my amount of brown sugar by 5. 180 divided by 5 is 36. So 2 servings is 36, but I don't want 2 servings, I want 8 servings. So I've then got to multiply my 36 by 4 to make 144 grams. Okay, so here we go then. This is Mrs. Denham's Easter cupcakes. So press pause. You can see what my calculation for 12 is. See if you can work out where I went wrong. So I think I've spotted my mistake. Let's see if you agree. So first of all, I'll tell you how I worked it out. I worked out the amount of ingredients I'd need for 4, and then I times that amount of ingredients by 4 by 3 to work out how much I would need for 12. So I think that I was right on the 90 grams of butter. I think I was right on the 120 grams of sugar. I think I was right on the 1.5 eggs. I think I was right on the 3/4 of a tablespoon of cocoa. I think I may have got it wrong on the flour. It wasn't 45 grams, it was 52.5 grams. Okay, so here is my calculations for the icing part and the mini eggs part. Press pause if you want to crack this on your own and see if you can work out where I went wrong. So again, to calculate this, I would divided all the ingredients by 4 to work out how much icing I would need for 4 servings, and then I'd multiply that by 3. So let's have a look at the first one. I think I got my butter correct. I think my tablespoons of milk was wrong, and I needed 2.25 tablespoons of milk, or 2 1/4. And I think my icing sugar was wrong. I think I should have gone 165 grams of icing sugar. I think my tablespoons of cocoa was right, and I think my mini eggs was Right, so that's where I must have gone wrong. So I think I might have another go at these, but I think I'm going to go for a big batch this time. So can you work out the amount of ingredients I would need to make 40 cakes? Press pause if you want to crack it on your own. Okay, so hopefully you should have worked out. You would need 300 grams of butter. You would need 400 grams of sugar. You would need 5 eggs, 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa, and 175 grams of flour. Okay, and if you want to have a go at the icing part now, press pause. If not, I'm going to go through it. So for the icing part for 40 cupcakes, you would need 200 grams of butter, 7.5 tablespoons of milk, 550 grams of icing sugar, 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa, and 120 mini eggs. Okay, it's now time for your best in the business bonus question. So press pause on the screen if you want to crack it on your own. If not, if you wait, and I'll go on to the answers. Okay, so beef costs £6.60 per kilogram, but we don't need a kilogram, we need 600 grams. So I would first of all work out how much 100 grams would cost by dividing £6.60 by 10. Well, 100 grams would be 66p. And then multiply that by 6 because it's 600 grams. You should hopefully have worked out that the beef will cost £3.96. Okay, pasta cost £2 per kilogram. So again, I work out how much 100 grams will cost and then multiply it by 3 because we need 300 grams of pasta. So 100 grams would be 20p because £2 divided by 10 is 20p, and then times that by 3 would be 60p. The white sauce and the tomato sauce, well, we just need a jar of each, so we can just add those together, and you can do a nice little column addition. And hopefully you should work out that the lasagna recipe for 6 people would cost £6.96 if you're going to do it homemade. Okay, so we also know that a ready meal for one person costs £1.50. So to work out how much it would be for 6 people, you just do £1.50 times 6, which should give you an answer of £9. So hopefully it works out then that it's cheaper to make the lasagna yourself. Not only cheaper, it tastes much better, of course. Especially my mum's does the best lasagna in the business, still makes it for me on my birthday. But anyway, yeah, if you do the homemade lasagna, it costs £6.96, which is £2 cheaper than the £9 that you'd spend on the ready meal. Okay, so I hope everyone got on all right with everything okay today. I'm going to be doing 3 videos a week. So this video, which I'm posting Sunday night, is obviously for Monday for you to do. I'll post my next one on Tuesday for you to complete on Wednesday. And then my next one off that will be Thursday for you to do Friday. So apart from that, stay safe, be good for your parents, and I'll catch you then.